guys, it's Heather from MyMiniFrontPorch, and I'm back to show you how to turn the sink we drew last time to a double sink. If you didn't watch the first video to get this far along, you can go back and do that, and when you get to this point, you can join me in this video. First, what we want to do is get rid of the hole we made in the center of the sink. We're going to ungroup and move this aside. What I want to know, because I don't remember, is how big this hole is. Ungroup again. I've got 64 by 32.5. How about if I just put this back together by grouping? Okay. Let's start by putting the wall in the middle. If I remember correctly, I had made the outer wall about 3 millimeters thick. I'm going to come over and grab a cube. I'm going to make it 3 millimeters thick. Make it 38.5 feet. And being tall. I noticed in the last video I have trouble keeping things centered, and I'm going to really try to pay attention to that because it's annoying to watch. I apologize. Let's center lines up here, and we will group. Something I wanted to point out, normally when things are perfectly lined up, these lines should go away. I'm not sure why they didn't. Often after you group when they're still there, it's because something's just slightly askew, and I can show you. I'll move this just a little bit. Just looking at it, I can't necessarily tell that it's askew. And then I might group it. And then you'll see it drew the line there because it's 0.1 millimeter off. I look at the back of it. You see, because it's inside the other shape, there's nothing there. Front is the telltale sign. So, generally, when the lines are still visible, it means that something isn't lined up, although I have noticed on occasion. Leave them there. There is our double sink. Now, the easiest way without doing math and moving things all over the place that I have found to make these would be to get square that fits perfectly inside here. So we've got 64 across here. Half of 64, and we want to subtract the 3 from the middle. So half of 61 plus 30.5. Let's make this 30.5. Our depth 3250. Okay, and that should be everything that fits in here. Make it blue so it looks like water, just for the fun of it. Okay, so that should fit right in there. Now, we're going to duplicate it. We need to move it 30.5 plus 3 for this. So let's start by coming down here and go on our 0.5 millimeter, right arrow key. And then I'm going to count by 5 with the right, I'm hitting the right arrow key. 5, 10, 15, 30. Now they are exactly beside each other. And I just want to get that additional 3 millimeters that I made here. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to group them just so they don't get separated from each other. And that is the exact space that fits in there. And the reason I wanted to do that, I'm going to grab my drain hole from before and guess about where the middle is. And then I'm going to separate these two pieces again. So ungroup. And I'm going to center that drain hole inside of this box. Line. Center and center. Now let's make another one. Over here. Let's align this one. Center and there's the other one. Illusion. But when I clicked, it moved this hole, and I felt confused for just a moment, but it didn't. Okay, so now these are perfectly centered in the box that fits perfectly in here. I'm going to group them. And then I am going to align these. Just like, okay, now my water's inside my sink. Now I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to ungroup. Remove my water. And my two drain holes are lined up right in the middle there. Now, perhaps there's an easier way, but that is the way my brain works. And that is how I put holes in the bottom of my sink. And now, your single farmhouse apron sink is a double. Again, all you have to do is come up here to export. Whatever you've named it up here is what you will find in your downloads folder on your computer. Choose STL, and then you're going to import that STL file into your slicer, and you'll be all ready for printing. Thanks for joining me on making minis.